As a kid growing up in the 90s, no sneaker was huger than the Air Jordan. Whenever a kid showed up with a fresh pair, he got a healthy share of gawks and admiration school-wide. I mean, all through my years of growing up, nothing was as iconically fresh as the Air Jordan. Literally, your wardrobe wasn't complete unless you had a pair. Didn't really matter the style or the color. If you had J's on, then you, my friend, were okay. For years, they reigned supreme, and no shoe could compete in the eyes of sneakerheads of the day. Lines wrapped around the block and riots actually broke out as ancient sneakerheads lay in wait for a chance to cop a pair. This is why I was so surprised when I found out how Jordan Brand had been increasingly losing ground in the younger demographic of today. But when I took a closer look, it all began to make sense. Hey, I'm Nate the Great from Flight 214, and our last video covered the top 10 most Instagram sneakers. If you haven't seen that already, you might want to shoot over and check it out first and then come back and watch this one. But, long story short, Jordans failed to make the top 15 list. So in this video, we'll be going into a bit more detail on exactly why this was the case. But first, you know the spiel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button because doing so helps us grow as a channel, and we can't do it without the help and support of you guys. Yeah, I know YouTubers can sometimes sound like a broken record. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But despite how annoying it can sometimes be, it really is helpful for us as content creators in spreading the reach of our videos. But anyways, enough with that. Let's jump into it. As I said in our last video on the top 10 most iged sneakers, we didn't see the Jordan Brand sneakers show up until the 18 spot, which may sound crazy, but if you follow stock prices of sportswear brands or happen to be a millennial sneakerhead, then this may come as no surprise. With the introduction of Boost technology in 2013, Adidas proved to be serious competition for both Jordan Brand and Big Brother Nike. Using a combination of innovative designs and super comfortable fits, not to mention the halo effect of Kanye West, Adidas catapulted past Jordan to become the second biggest footwear brand in the US in 2017. With running and lifestyle casual shoes surpassing retro hoop shoes in terms of cool, Adidas was primed for a takeover. Fun fact, by the way, totally off topic though. Did you know that Adidas actually owns Reebok? I mean, it's true, check it out. I was floored to find this out. But anyway, I digress. And although Jordan has been trying to make running and training happen for a while, the Jumpman has never really got the same level of respect on anything outside of a basketball silhouette. But before I go too much further in, let's jump in the Wayback Machine and get a youngsters a lesson on just how popular Jordans once were and how they got that way. Air Jordans were first released 30 years ago to a public that only knew Michael Jordan as an untested guard who hit the game-winning shot in the '82 NCAA championship game for North Carolina, and who went third after Hakeem Olajuwon and Sam Bowie in the '84 draft. Looked at as the greatest player of all time yet, obviously, but he had his own sneaker. When Jordan hit the court for the '85 season in the now iconic Peter Moore designed ones, the NBA thought the sneakers were too loud for the basketball court. This alone lets you know how revolutionary they were. The NBA actually thought the ones were too loud. I guess they were too easy to spot out in a sea of white Converse, favored by the Magics and the Birds of the era. The NBA would initially fine MJ $5,000 per game for wearing them. But in '88, things were different. Working with designer Tinker Hatfield, whose background was in architecture, not footwear, Nike replaced the Wings logo with the Jumpman, essentially rescuing his partnership with Jordan, who had been being courted by Nike's former head designer who had recently started his own company, Van Grack. Wait. What in the hell are Van Gracks? I mean, imagine, in an alternate universe, Michael Jordan played in and popularized Van Gracks. But in this universe, Van Gracks lost out and have since been forgotten in history. I should do a video on them. That's gotta be one of the biggest losses that anybody ever experienced in sportswear history. But anyway, instead...
here's Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls. Here he goes.
Oh, spectacular.
That was a great one.
Michael Jordan, that's a beauty. That's a 10 to me.
Our first finalist from the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan.
In what today looks like the greatest organic marketing stunt in style history, Jordan took off from the free throw line for a slam dunk that looked eerily like the silhouette logo, defeating Dominique Wilkins in the 1988 slam dunk contest. And although his 6'6" frame flying through the air at the Chicago Stadium wasn't the inspiration for the iconic logo, it did legitimize the silhouette. And you couldn't tell me that that's not where they got the design from, because I swear, until I did my research on this, I thought that that's where the logo originated. But carrying on. He was his own best marketing strategy. The more games he won, the more shots he made, the more points he racked up, the more shoes he sold. His success led to the continued success of the sneakers on his feet, and Nike's competitors scrambled for players and stunts to try to keep up. The sneakers were just as much a part of the greatest player's legacy as any of his numerous championships or awards, with the proof being that even after MJ retired, his sneakers continued to be a hit with fans and largely responsible for the creation of the sneaker resale market as we know it today. So you might be wondering, what changed? Why the sudden fall from grace? Okay, the thing is, with every passing year, the flagship Air Jordan model becomes less and less relevant with young consumers. And Jordan Brand needs to attract from this demographic if it wants to remain a top player heading towards in the future. Ask yourself, just how important are retro shoes to a consumer who never saw Jordan play in his prime? The first generation of retro consumers were the easiest to sell to. They were the ones who knew firsthand what the shoes were and what Jordan did in them. They already knew the stories. Second generation first. But as we move to yet another generation of sneaker buyers, they become even further removed from the original shoe and the man himself. It's hard to expect kids today to watch a grainy YouTube video of highlight reels from Jordan in his prime when they can see LeBron and KD play live in HD. Another issue plaguing Jordan Brand is oversaturation. Not just retail, but the secondary market too. When individual models are being readily available in several molds and colorways, because really, how many cement threes does one person really need? And with every re-release of the most popular models, it contributes to the horde that already exists. Another problem for the Jumpman brand is retro-inspired designs of late have tied what is supposed to be the leading edge of their designs to the past. Although Jordan does operate his own brand, research and development is still done by Nike and Nike Labs. Jordan Brand claims their flagship retro to be, quote, the best basketball shoe on the planet. But for anyone who's ever actually worn a pair of newer, more comfortable sneaker designs, it's really no comparison. Leather sneakers are not the most ergonomic. This makes us wonder why it took Jordan so long to utilize Flyknit, first breaking it out last year, although it's been available from Nike since 2012. So to recap, we've got a widening generational gap in where kids just don't relate to MJ in the same way as they did in the past, and the evolution of sneaker construction posing serious threats to the Jordan brand. So is the picture starting to come together now? What's even more insane is that Jordan brand executives fully anticipated all of this and still seem to have very few answers. Jordan VP Howard White, who's been with the brand since Peter Moore first sketched out the ball and wings logo on a napkin, likes to tell the story of Mercedes-Benz and how they were names of actual people but have become secondary to the brand itself. Carl Benz and Mercedes Jelinek? I'm pretty sure I'm butchering the name, but it kind of serves my point. But they both died in 1929. However, the brand lives on. The fact that I can't even pronounce Mrs. Mercedes' last name is testament to how different these situations are. The huge difference is that Mercedes-Benz was never really actually about Carl or Mercedes, the lady. I feel like I have to specify. But anyway, Jordan is not just the name of the brand, he is the brand. But before I stress out Jordan hardcores too much, it's not all doom and gloom for the brand. There is some light in their tunnel. The body of work is too good and the Jumpman is too iconic. Surely they'll continue in some facet, right? But how? Although Jordan is a multi-billion-dollar brand, which was forecasted in 2015 to nearly double its revenue in 2020, it's becoming increasingly difficult to see how this will happen. common theme in large businesses suddenly losing market share is lack of vision and failure to embrace the future. It can happen to any business if you're not careful. Just ask Harley Davidson or Nokia or famously Blockbuster. All of these businesses are either struggling in the modern market or flat out closed. And if Jordan Brand truly wanted to avoid this, they should have acted sooner. Just imagine if Tinker Hatfield, who revitalized the Jordan Brand with the 3 design, had been able to release his cross-category Huarache concept with the Jordan Jumpman instead of the Nike swoosh. Imagine if Jordan had established itself as a brand in 91 instead of waiting till 97. Imagine if his history in other categories was as rich as it is in basketball. Instead, Hatfield's best stuff went to Nike, while he only turned out 1 model per year for the Jordan Brand. Jordan's history may be deep, but it's not that broad. And as they found out, establishing themselves in the training and running now is easier said than done. So Jordan Brand has some decisions to make. Whether releasing the new flagship Jordan every year is still worth it, and how to approach the retro in a new way. Nike has been working on its quote Protro concept as seen in the Kobe 1, which is an old design that looks the same but is updated with new technology. Some have introduced a rather interesting idea, sort of a tier system, in which stitch-for-stitch premium replicas are produced for obsessives in limited quantity, while mass-produced, lower quality, and cheaper versions are released for those simply craving the look. I don't know about this though. I mean, it could go really good, serving as a way for everyone to get what they want, whether you're a sneaker collector or the casual fan, or it can go horribly bad, tanking their stock even further with the remaining fans. There also has been talks of a whole women's line, which is a step in the right direction, I will admit. But what are we talking about here? More retros, only smaller and with more pink? I don't know. So what do you think? Can Jordan Brand actually leap out of the hole that it now finds itself in? Or will it go the way of countless other businesses who fail to change with the times? Feel free to let us know how you feel in the comment section. Also, if you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button. And if you like more content on all things of a particular lifestyle, then click the subscribe button and the notification bell for updates whenever we drop a new video. So, for Flight 214, I'm Nate the Great, signing out. Until next time.
And not that tall. Here's Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls, one of the hot candidates for Rookie of the Year honors as he slams it home.
The score for Michael Jordan.
Look at
is
this
40.
wrap around, reach back, and slam it home.
Larry said the slam dunk contest made him famous last year. Now everybody wants him to slam all the time. Michael Jordan, that's a beauty. That's a 10 to me.
Our first finalist from the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan. And our second finalist.
He actually passed the basket before he let it go down.
So another look. Never touching it with the left hand, all the way across, reverse it with the right
A
hand.
reverse cradle by Michael Jordan. That's a beauty. That's a 10 to me.
Here's a third look, a third angle.
Oh.
Same result.